Going to bring the starting grid up onto the raceway over here in turn number 2. We should have, well, we got 16 scheduled starters. We'll see how many make the call out here. Mike Deanda's 315. Going to go from the outside front row alongside of Jeff Meltz Sr. So Deanda will fire from the outside front row to the inside of him. That's Jeff Meltz Sr. with the 5X, the Meltz Lumber entry. Then we find Little Dave. That's Dave Strebel and the 73. Inside of him, the number 9 of Bob Gibson. 3 rows deep, that is Rocco Procopio with the 62 up on the outside of row 3. To the inside of him, Katarina Foster, young lady racer in the number 10 car. She'll go from the inside of row number 3. Back in row 4, that's Rob Partridge with the double deuce. The 22 machine of Partridge will start outside row 4. Inside of Partridge, that is Dave Strebel in the 273. That's little Dave's dad. Then we find Chris Stalker on the outside of row 5. Stalker, undefeated on the season, 2-time winner. He's a 2-time and defending champion in this division. He's in the 177 machine. Lou Ganser slated to be next to him in the 08. We see Ganser has dropped to the tail. So that is going to move Ray Royals up alongside of him with the number 6. Then it's Kerry Vandenberg in the 89. The 174 of Milo Campbell alongside of Kerry. Don Kennedy in the 89K. The 009 of Chris Brown. Franklin Smith in the 76. And as we said, dropping to the tail, the 08 of Lou Ganser. Green flag's out. Down to turn number 1 they go. Working up off of turn number 2. It's going to be Mike Deanda showing the way. Deanda out front down the back straightaway. He'll lead the way down to turn number 3 with Jeff Meltz Sr. looking down to the inside of him. 3-way battle back there for position. Chris Stalker trying to advance his position. Going by Bob Gibson down here on the front straightaway. Stalker able to crack the top 5 here on lap number 1. So keep an eye on Stalker as he tries to remain undefeated on the season. They make their way down to turn number 3, working their way up through the corner here off of turn number 4. Mike Deanda, your leader here off of corner number 4. He works his way down here in front. Deanda up to turn number 1. We got Yellow out on the speedway. Yellow lights are on. The 9 of Bob Gibson coming to a stop down here in front.
He's won in the Sportsman. He's won in the big block modified, and now he's won in the small block modified. So in 5 different divisions, Lauren Breaux has been to victory lane here at Lebanon Valley. And that's going to take some research, but I'm sure Brian will have it for us. Has anybody else done that? Won all the way through. I think Guy Sheldon might qualify. It's one that comes to my mind. But possibility. Dan says Chris Moore, maybe? So that'll be one for the record books, though, for sure. As Lauren Breaux has been victorious in 5 different divisions of racing here at the Speedway.
Green flag back out as they make their way down to turn number 1. Working their way up here to turn number 1. Mike Deanda going to bring the lead up here off of turn number 2. Oh, hang on! Stalker in trouble down the back straightaway. Hard contact. As that's going to bring Yellow out once again. Chris Stalker coming to a stop midway down the back straightaway. Little Dave Strebel also involved back there. Got a number of cars that were involved in the incident. But Stalker got sideways and a hard, heavy impact to the driver's side. Turned him back around midway down the back straightaway. They are checking on his well-being right now. Watching the DTD TV instant replay, and as they got going down the back straightaway, Chris Stalker had eyes of trying to make a move, trying to go 3 wide to contend for the 3rd position, and that hole closed up. Getting a better look at the tail end of the incident. Originally, I thought he might have got hit dead center. He was turned sideways, but it did hit back behind the driver's door, so not quite the situation I thought that originally unfolded back there, but nevertheless, Stalker took a hard hit. Watching it again, cars in front of him, and Stalker turned it sideways when he came to a stop. Scary situation there in one of the fastest parts of the raceway, midway down the back straightaway. We have got 2 laps shown complete out of the 20-lap distance here in this street stock feature. Gonna get ready to go back to green. Up on the front, the 315 machine of Mike Deanda. Jeff Meltz Sr. alongside, back in row 2, that's Rocco Procopio. On the outside of Dave Strebel, that's the dad, as they make their way down here off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Back underway, down to turn number 1 they go, and up on the high side, it's going to be Deanda. No, we got trouble. Trouble down to the inside of turn number 1, and yellow will come back on as we've got 2 cars together down here. Ray Royals going to pull away under his own power. The other is Kerry Vandenberg's number 89, and yellow is out as we log lap 3. Royals with the Royals Garage number 6 car. Looks like the left rear, not sure if it's a suspension or the tire, but the way it was sitting there. Looking at the replay once again of the incident on the back straightaway and that hard contact of Chris Stalker's machine. Stalker came in undefeated on the season, won opening night, won 2 weeks ago. And again, the only thing that has kept him out of victory lane is Mother Nature. But now tonight, that streak will be broken due to an incident here on lap 2. And looking at the replay of the most recent incident, that was actually a 3 or 4 car incident. The 08 of Lou Ganser was involved in the beginning of it. The aftermath did not include him. He was able to continue on. I believe Little Dave was in the vicinity there too when all heck broke loose. So 3 laps of the 20 are now logged. Colin Rescott down here on the flag stand, Emerald Silk in hand, ready to let it wave. When they come down off of turn number 4, getting ready to go back to green as they make their way down off the corner. Mike Deanda going to pick up the pace off of corner number 4. Green flag's out. Deanda and Meltz going to bring them down here to turn number 1. Up into the corner they go, up off of turn number 2. Here comes Dave Strebel right down the middle. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Jeff Meltz, and around goes Meltz. Meltz goes around and up against the wall, and yellow is out once again. So after contact, after a 3-wide battle for the lead, Jeff Meltz Sr. gets turned around at the end of the back straightaway and up against the wall. Damage on the car. Here's the video replay for those at home and those watching in the tower on the video monitors. He got down to the inside of Dave Strebel and some contact in the quarter panel. Ended up turning him around up here on the back straightaway. He made contact with the outside retaining wall. Couple of cars down on pit road. One's the Ray Royals number 6 car. Royals able to pull away down here. Looks like he's going to come around and tack onto the tail. 3 laps complete now. Jeff Belts, after receiving attention from the crew, is going to rejoin at the tail. So he slapped the wall up there pretty good. Obviously, they don't see any damage that should keep him from running. They've made a couple of tire changes, and they're going to get him back up onto the raceway. Meltz will come from the tail. Only 3 laps complete, so he's got 17 to work with. As we get ready to go back to green, down off of turn number 4, green flag back out. Underway down here to turn number 1. Mike DeAnda going to lead the way up here to turn number 1. DeAnda, your leader. Rocco Procopio. They're in second spot as they work their way down the back straightaway. Here's Procopio trying to close the gap as they get down to turn number 3. Up to the corner they go. This time DeAnda got wide up in turn 4. Got up in the loose stuff, straightened it back out. Rocco Procopio got to him but couldn't get by him. As they work their way down here to turn number 1, working up off the corner. Here's Procopio dropping down to the inside, down the back straightaway. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway, and Procopio going to win that race down to turn 3. Rocco Procopio making the pass for the number 1 position as they make their way down off turn 4. Rocco Procopio, your new leader. Mike DeAnda riding second. Little Dave Strebel back there in third spot. Fourth spot going to be Katarina Foster with the number 10 car. Rounding out your top 5, that is Milo Campbell back there with the 174 machine. Here comes Dave Strebel to contend with Campbell for the 5th spot. Strebel looking down to the inside, but Campbell holding him at bay as they come down here off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, up front, Rocco Procopio has taken over the number 1 position, and he is driving away on the front. Procopio leading the way down into turn number 3. Little Dave Strebel closing ground, trying to make a challenge for second, while his dad doing the same thing back there for 4th. Make that 5th spot is where Senior has now made the pass on Milo Campbell. Katarina Foster sits in 4th all alone midway down the back straightaway. So they work their way down here through turn 3 and 4. Jeff Meltz making his way up towards the top 5 running position. As we're coming up on halfway, 9 laps now on the board. Next time will be cross flags. Leaders working up off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Second place still in the hands of Mike DeAnda, the 315 machine. Little Dave Strebel with the 73 tracking him as they make their way down to see the cross flags this time by. Halfway home, 10 laps are in and 10 laps remain. Here for your leader, Rocco Procopio. Procopio bringing them up to the west end here as they work their way up off of turn number 4. The race back there for second. Oh, we got trouble on the back straightaway. Around goes Katarina Foster. Foster going around midway down the back straightaway with the 10 car. And that's going to bring yellow lights on around the speedway once again. So yellow is out. Katarina Foster with the 10. Coming back down here. Damage to the right side of the car. The field coming by under caution down here. Red lights have been turned out. Colin Rescott, green flag in hand once again. We're back underway here in our street stock feature. Down to turn number 1 they go. Rocco Procopio up on the number 1 position. Going to lead him off at turn number 2. Mike DeAnda under fire now. DeAnda got up in the loose stuff. That's going to allow Dave Strebel to get by. Strebel goes in a runner-up position. DeAnda back to third. Now here comes Dave Strebel in the 273. Strebel closing up here on DeAnda as he sees his son another spot ahead. Right behind Strebel is Jeff Meltz after a good recovery, getting him back up in the top 5. So he has used that 5X machine to get back up into the top 5 and may challenge Strebel here for 4th before it's all said and done. Leader working up off of turn number 2. Rocco Procopio in command. Down the back straightaway. Dave Strebel riding second. Mike DeAnda distant third. 4th spot is David Strebel with the 273 with Jeff Meltz Sr., Big Daddy, rounding out your top 5. 15 laps are in, 5 laps remain as Colin Rescott shows him a handful this time by. 5 laps to go here for Rocco Procopio as he works his way down the back straightaway. Little Dave trying to make his way up to challenge for that number 1 position, but he has not been able to do so as of yet. DeAnda getting a little wide. Back there in turn number 3 and 4 once again. DeAnda, your 3rd place runner. Dave Strebel knows if he keeps his eyes down to the inside, he is waiting to see if DeAnda slips up high again. This time DeAnda going to dial it down to the inside as they work their way down into turn 3. Jeff Meltz going to join, trying to make it a 3-car race. They're off at turn number 4. That is for position number 3. 3rd through 5th, nose to tail. When they get down here to turn number 1, working up off the corner. DeAnda hanging on to 3rd. Here comes Dave Strebel closing on him and closing in a hurry now. They get down to turn number 3. Strebel's got to back out of it. That allows Meltz to close up a bit. Meanwhile, your leader has seen 2 to go. 2 laps remain. Here for your leader, Rocco Procopio. Procopio down the back straightaway. Going to roll up here through turn 3 and 4. White flag going to fly this time by. White is out. One more time around for Procopio as they make their way down here to turn number 1. He'll navigate his way by Franklin Smith. Smith midway down the back straightaway. Now going to see little Dave make his way by as well. Top 2 cars up to the west end, working their way off of turn 4. For the final time, it's going to be Rocco Procopio bringing them to checkers. Procopio will get the win in the 62. Little Dave Strebel in the 73 will come home second. 3rd spot is going to be Mike DeAnda with the 315. 4th spot to Dave Strebel in the 273. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 5X of Jeff Meltz Sr. So that is the way your top 5 finish here in our street stock feature tonight. Rocco Procopio going to make his way over to the scale area and then on to victory lane. Looks like our 4-cylinder feature winners are also going to make their way up onto the front straightaway for their victory lanes.